palmistry reading of a 27-year-old lady, and basically she wanted to know two things regarding her marriage and regarding her career. She's preparing for civil services, the administrative services. Before I start my video, I would request you to press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. To get a reading from me, you can email me or you can basically call me or you can email me. These are the phone number and the email that are mentioned out here. Now we straight away head to this particular hand image that we have out here, and any person basically who is preparing for civil services, the most important planet to look for is the area of Mount of Jupiter. Now we do not find any line as such on this particular area. Absence of any line basically makes that particular area better, because when there are too many lines out here, crisscrossing lines out here, that is considered to be good. Many people have got crisscrossing lines out here, so though that's basically a negative indication. Having no line on the Mount of Jupiter is considered to be good. Jupiter basically is a big planet. Big planet means growth, expansion, ambition in one's life. So people who have a positive Jupiter, you would also notice that this area appears to be padded. Padding over a particular mount basically increases the quality of that particular mount. Jupiter being the area of the planet for administration, religion, and politics. So these qualities basically come into this particular person. The person knows how to work in systems. The person knows how to organize things. So these are the things basically is depicted by the Mount of Jupiter. Absence of any line makes the area much better. This is what basically my analysis is. The second area to look for is the area of Mount of Mercury. Mount of Mercury is the area of your skill, your calculations, your memory. So even out here, you would notice that there are few lines out here, and the lines that we see are perpendicular. These kind of perpendicular, very dim and light kind of lines. The stronger the line, the better it is considered to be. I'm just going to take a brief look at the another hand, the left hand as well. You would notice that I am taking a look at the right hand of a woman. See, generally people think that we should take a look at the left hand for females and right hand for males. But in my case, what I do is I take into account both the hands, and at the same time, I give more importance to the right hand, provided the person is a working person, be it a lady or anybody. So that's the reason why I've given more importance to the right hand instead of the left hand. Working woman, we should take a look at the right hand as well, but we can't ignore the left hand. On the left hand, you would notice these are parallel upward perpendicular lines under the Mount of Jupiter. These are positive kind of lines. Positive means it brings in position and power to this particular person. The person reaches more towards the administration side. Now, talking about the Mount of Mercury, you would notice that when we zoom in into this particular area, there are small perpendicular lines out here. They are not one but multiple lines out here. The multiple lines is okay provided they are perpendicular, and we find that these lines are perpendicular, so it's a positive sign. But at the same time, a person should, even if there was a single line, even that would have been good. Even if a person doesn't have any line as such, even that would be good. But having too many lines out here means that the person is trying to master too many things, and these lines are not very distinct and clear. If the person had very distinct and clear lines, it would mean that the person is sharpening their skills, but we do not see that particular aspect. Presence of many lines means the person is master in, like, the person is trying to do too many things at the same time. So I would advise that particular person that try to master only one thing. That is good enough for you, and that's the only thing that you require. So this is one aspect. As far as the sun line goes, the sun line originates somewhere at a very early age, and this is the sun line I'm just drawing. The intersection of the head and the sun line, this age is age 35. The intersection of the sun line and the heart line is age 53, and this portion is beyond the age of 53. This portion of the sun line is 35 to 53. This portion is before the age of 35. So you would notice that the line starts somewhere at the age of approximately 30, 28, 29. That's the approximate age, and it continues till the age of approximately after it crosses the headline. This is the headline, so it kind of ends somewhere close to the age of approximately 39. Then another line develops somewhere at the age of 39 that continues till the age of approximately it is around the age of 48. From before it ends, another line basically develops somewhere at the age of 47, and that continues till after the age of 55. And another line develops somewhere at the age of 53, and that basically continues for lifelong. So you would notice that there is not one line but multiple lines. So it's better to have a single line instead of having multiple lines. These would bring about few changes in one's life. So this is one way of looking at it. Now these lines are a little bit dim lines. See, dim lines or strong lines or weak lines, all these lines give success. People call them as the line of luck. People call them as the line of name and fame. I do agree to some extent, but at the same time, the lines that are not very distinct and clear, it means that there are some doubts, and doubts basically destroy everything. So I would advise that particular person, this particular lady, that try to remove all the doubts. It's not very dim. So when they are very dim, then there are huge amount of doubts. This is somewhere in the middle. So it's something like light clouds in the sky. Sometimes you can see the sun, and sometimes you can't see the sun. So when you can see the sun, you notice that in your life you are getting success, and when you don't notice the sun, then basically that's where you don't find any success. So I have correlated the sunlight to the sun and the clouds in the sky. People who have got very distinct lines, that basically signifies that those people are energizing their work. So a dim line basically means that they need to energize their work still further. So this is what my advice is going to be: give more energies to your work. As far as the money line goes, it starts at a very early age, close to the lifeline, and it kind of ends before it touches the headline. So it is ending somewhere close to the age of approximately, this age is approximately 30, 31. That's the approximate I would say. And another line basically develops somewhere before it ends. Another line basically develops, and that basically continues. And the new line that has developed, it is starting on the mount of moon. This is the mount of moon. Whenever a line, whenever the fate line starts on the mount of moon, you would notice in both the hands that this line is becoming prominent. In the left hand, I'm just showing the right hand. In the right hand, you would notice that the whole money line is starting on the mount of moon. This is the mount of moon. And a line that starts on the mount of moon, basically the person gets benefit from public appreciation, trading activities, service industry. This is basically what benefits this particular person. Travel also benefits this particular person. And foreign countries or male members basically help, or unknown people basically help such a person to achieve greater success. So this is what we find on this particular hand. Uh, there's one more thing I need to like on the left hand, that break that I was referring to. It means a marked change in one's life somewhere at this particular age that I've mentioned, around the age of 30. This is when the line of money changes course. And beyond that, once it touches the headline, you would notice that there are two lines that are developing. Two lines basically means pillar of strength, another source of income. It could just mean that. And then both these lines basically vanish somewhere close to the age of 45 or so, and new line develops at the age of 44, and that basically continues. And again, there are few changes after the age of 53. Beyond the heart line, above the heart line, and below the fingers is the age 53 on the line of fate. So as far as money goes, money basically comes to people who are focused, and people who angle towards money. So as far as the heart line goes, because heart line can, normally people think that heart line tells about your emotional life. Yes, it does. I do agree with it. But at the same time, heartline, when it ends on the mount of Saturn, it depicts that Saturn is basically for money. So the heart inclination is towards money. So people who value money, this person basically values money, this person prays for money. So this person is likely to get more money in his life. As far as focus goes, the heartline, the clearer the line, the better it is considered to be. But we find here small branches out here, these few branches out here. These branches on the heartline basically distracts this particular lady. So I would advise this particular lady that do not get distracted. This is going to be my advice. Although these branches are not very strong kind of branches, if these branches were extremely strong, then the effects would have been much greater. So I don't find those strong branches, but even weak branches on the heartline kind of distracts. As far as the lifeline goes, you would notice that on the lifeline in the early period of one's life, you would notice island-like formation. Island-like formation on the line of life depicts health-related issues in the early period of one's life. In left hand as well, the amount of Jupiter is well padded, so it's a good sign as far as civil services go. It's padded. Few people have padding under the fingers, and it's a rare sign. Padding basically brings in qualities. So you would notice that padding is only seen under the finger of Jupiter and not any other finger. You don't need to have a padding under the finger of Saturn, the longest finger. You don't need it because uh, that's the mount that should not have any padding, nor should it cave in, nor should it basically have a padding over it. Mount of Jupiter, when it's padded, it takes a person towards growth and expansion. So this is what the person's whole quality becomes, and the person knows how to organize things, and those are the qualities that are depicted in his life. Going back to the right hand once again, and on the right hands also the heartline is ending under the mount of Saturn. That's a beautiful sign for success and beautiful sign for money matters. So it's a beautiful thing. And one more thing I need to add out here, as far as the lifeline goes, you would notice that the lifeline is coming and somehow ending uh, at an at a very early stage, and the stage at which it's ending is approximate age is around the age of 35. It could be plus or minus, but the new line that basically develops, you notice, is overlapping lifelines is considered to be a beautiful sign. It kind of increases one's strength, it increases one's fire within that particular person and increases the energy, because this is the area of Mars is the area of fire and Venus is the area of energy and stamina. So a bigger semicircle increases the surface area of Venus and more surface area to the Mars. So this is a positive aspect to have. You'll notice towards the end, somewhere close to around 65, 70, then there's another overlap. So even this would, I would say, is a positive thing to have. If these lines were kind of pointing towards, if a line from the lifeline is pointing towards the mount of moon, those are negative signs, but overlapping lines are considered to be good. So overlap somewhere close to the age of 35 on the lifeline is a little bit breaks beyond. We don't consider it to be good, but still I would say it is good because it is overlapping. So increase of energies, few lines from the lifeline, they are moving upward, pointing towards the mount of Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet for administration, religion, politics, and honor. Lifeline that originates on the mount of Jupiter takes a life more towards growth, expansion. So those are positive signs. A little bit negative sign that can be seen on the headline is a small downward line towards the mount of moon. These are a little bit disappointment. These disappointments can crop up the age the person basically is traveling in, and but as such, if we analyze the hand as such is the bone structure of the hand is strong bone structure and well padded area of the mounts. What it does is that it increases the qualities that the person has, and qualities is what a person requires for success. So strong structured hand where the bone structure is where the bone structure of the hand is strong and there's padding over the mounts, it means that these people would have a better hold over people, money, and resources. The money line that originates on the Mount of Moon, it would bring success and help from male members. It could be father, it could be brother, it could be male friends, or it could be husband as well, or maybe staying away from far away country or far away place in your own country as well, and benefits from trading or service industry, all these things as well. So that's it for this particular reading. I hope you like this particular video. If you like this video, click on the like button and press the bell icon on YouTube. Before I end my video, people want to know about money, possessions, wealth. We can come to know about money from almost any aspects of a palm. Heartline, headline, life, sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or any other line can tell about how much money we might have. Importance of money line is just 15% in terms of how much money we are going to be making in our life. A saint once said, you do not need to go to an astrologer or palmist to know about your future because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts, keep good company, because that's what matters the most. If you are in the right company, the chances for success increase. And if you are in the wrong company, and even if you have a very good palm, even then the chances for failures increase. Thanks, bye, and take care.